Hi everyone and welcome to this video where I bake 3 different things at the same time. This is actually a segment from a video series that I'm doing where I am in the middle of 75 hard, and my diet component is just to home make everything, so whether that's savory or sweet. It's just a really cool experience for me to spend 2.5 months of really focusing on baking. One of those focuses is also on baking things that I see on social media, as well as just traditional recipes. So the 3 things that I bake today are from 2 traditional recipes and 1 is a social media recipe. So I make soda bread, which I have made before. I make scones, which I have made before, but these are just things that I'm practicing. And then I make a really cool social media banana bread, which I've never made before, and it's only 3 ingredients. So I really hope that you enjoy today's video, and if you do, you might be interested in watching the whole series of 75 hard, as I have been practicing lots of different meals throughout the videos and you can see them all on my channel. So enjoy! Good morning, it is Sunday the 9th of November and I am about to get started straight away with some baking. So I want to do some scones, I want to do some soda bread, and I might do something from my social media baking. I believe there was 1 or 2 things there. It was bread made out of Greek yogurt or something, little baps. So anyways, I'm going to attempt those as well and just get them started so that I make sure that I'm starting my success for today. It is now 20 to 9, so it's still early. I'm just giving the girls some breakfast. So yeah, I'll feel really good if I do this today. I really just want to organise myself for the week ahead. I need to do a food shop today, and obviously all my 75 hard tasks. I've only taken a progress picture. I've filled my first bottle. I haven't taken a sip out of it yet. So a lot to do today, but let's just go and get our bake on and see what the day brings. Okay, so here is number 1. This is a social media recipe. It is 150 grams of self-raising flour, 100 grams of sparkling water, 1 teaspoon of sugar, and then so I use caster sugar because I just had it out anyway for the scones, and then half of a banana chopped up. And it's meant to actually be an air fryer recipe, but you can also do it in the oven, which I'm going to do because I need to clean my air fryer. So we'll see. I'm not convinced on this, but it could be really nice. It's a bit gooey at the moment. I should probably add a little bit more flour to it. However, sometimes my soda bread is gooey and it turns out really nice. So let's see. It is actually quite small as well, so we'll see if it raises much with the self-raising flour, but it's a very quick and easy thing to do. So if it's a win, happy days, you know. Literally just half a banana, sparkling water and some flour, a bit of sugar. Let's see. Okay, so I decided last minute to put some extra flour just around the edges of it, the outside up and down, so it's not as sticky. And then I just cut up some more banana and stuck on the top as a little decoration. So I'm going to stick this in now at 200 degrees for 20 minutes into the regular oven, but it would be obviously much less in an air fryer. Okay, my bread is ready. I still have about 6 minutes left on the banana bread, but I'm going to check it now. I actually don't have any more baking paper, so I'm going to try use the same one for all of the 3 things that I'm baking. So anyways, I'm just going to pop this in now while the banana bread is still in there, and they can be working away together, and then I'm going to start on the scones. Okay, so soda bread is ready to start baking. There's about just under 5 minutes left on this banana bread, but it's actually looks like it's going to burn. I don't think it's a good idea to put bananas on the top. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually out of baking paper, so I'm just going to reuse the same paper for all of the 3 things that I'm making. So I'm going to pop this in now. I have reduced the temperature. This is meant to be 200, this is meant to be 180. I've reduced it down to 180 because this looks fairly starting to get cooked anyway. I'm going to pop that in. I'll take this out when it's ready, leave that in for about 30-35 minutes, and in the meantime I'm going to start making the scones. Here is me from the future. So just I realized I didn't go through what I put in the soda bread, and that's because I've cooked it a few times on the challenge, but I just wanted to point out here. So it's just literally plain flour, 250 grams, plain wholemeal flour, 250 grams, 100 grams of porridge oats, there's some bicarbonate of soda, there's some salt, some buttermilk, and I think that's it. I think that's it. That's everything. So yeah, just you put all the dry ingredients in. Oh, and some butter. You need in a bit of butter. I think it was 85 grams of butter, I think. And then you put in the buttermilk, you stir it all together, put it in the oven. Done. Okay, so I have 350 grams of self-raising flour. I have a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I've got a teaspoon of baking powder and now 85 grams of butter in here. I'm going to knead that all together, and then I'm going to add in some caster sugar to get these scones going. Let's see. Okay. It looks a little underdone, I think, but let's see. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of a taste test. I did put most of it actually back in just for a few minutes because just a certain part of it seemed a little doughy and underdone, but this one is fine. So I'm just going to taste this and see. It definitely passes for bread. Like, if you didn't put the banana in it, I'm sure you could just have this as a roll. Self-raising flour and sparkling water. Not bad. Okay, so butter is in. I'm just after adding in 3 tablespoons of caster sugar, and the recipe does not have sultanas, but I've just added in a load of sultanas there, so hopefully it's enough because I don't actually know how many to put in. And then next up is the milk. So in this recipe, it's regular milk with a squeeze of lemon. You're meant to heat it up in the microwave, put in the squeeze of lemon, and then add in the vanilla extract, but that is just to sour the milk. So I actually have buttermilk here from the soda bread, so I'm actually just going to do buttermilk, but I will put the vanilla extract into the buttermilk. So that is what is next. So I'll let you know how much vanilla extract and buttermilk very soon. Okay, so it's 175 mils of milk. So I have the buttermilk in there. I've added in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I've made a well in my dry mix, and now I'm going to pour this in and mix it all around and make the dough. Okay, so this kitchen is getting super messy with all this baking. So rather than just cleaning the surface, which I don't have time for, I got a big plate out. I floured the plate and just kind of like turned it over, flattened it out till it was a relatively smooth surface. You're meant to now cut it into circles, but you know I don't have one of those like 5cm circles, so I'm actually just going to make triangular scones. This is meant to make 8, so I'm just going to cut it into 8 scones. And then next up, I'm going to beat an egg, glaze the eggs, and then pop them into the oven. Okay, so here are the scones. I'm going to pop them in now, and I think they only take about 10 minutes in the oven, so let's see. And the soda bread is done. Okay, so we have our soda bread here, which smells lovely. Banana bread is already gone, so that's a good sign. And the scones are here. They're a little browner than I'd have liked, but they've already been tasted and are very yummy. So, very successful morning. Okay, I hope you enjoyed baking with me today. I have not as yet tasted the scones or the bread, purely because I normally don't have my breakfast until like early afternoon. I didn't want to spoil my appetite, although I did taste the banana bread, which I'm glad I did because it was gone very quickly by other people in the house. So I will definitely enjoy a scone later on. I need to go buy some cream. I always just put some like jam and like fresh cream, whipped cream on my scones. And then with the bread, I very much so look forward to having some of that with my breakfast. And all of that will be in my larger 75 hard video. But I hope you enjoyed this shorter video today, and I will hopefully see you soon. Bye guys.